Welcome back, CEO and leaders. Let's now explore something that I know hits close to home for many of you because you tell me about it often, and that is mental exhaustion. As a CEO or business owner, your mind is always on, always planning, always problem solving. But what happens when that constant mental load doesn't have a release valve? When there's no break from the weight of decision and expectations? Well, let's dive in and find out together. You see, mental exhaustion doesn't happen overnight. It's like running a marathon every single day without a finishing line in sight. Well, how's that for exhausting? Well, it starts with the small stressors that actually build up over time. Emails pile up, meetings multiply, decision after decision, day in, day out, and before you know it, you're drained. Your creativity tanks, and you're actually left running on fumes, and that's not healthy. Let's give you some examples. A real-life example would be, for example, Sarah, a CEO of a mid-sized tech company, and she's responsible for strategic growth, managing their team, and overseeing every project detail. And Sarah prides herself on being hands-on, but without a release valve, her mental load kept growing. Eventually, she found herself constantly overwhelmed, losing her innovative edge. That spark she once had come up with game-changing ideas was buried under exhaustion. This constant state of exhaustion didn't just impact Sarah's ability to think strategically, it also affected her interaction with her team. Patience wore thin, her decision-making became reactive instead of proactive, and her relationships with her colleagues started to suffer. She was running on autopilot, and it showed. Let's talk about John, a second example. He's a CEO of a growing retail chain. John was always the go-to person for crisis management, juggling multiple roles in his organization. His inability to disconnect mentally led to sleepless nights, anxiety, and second-guessing his decisions. The stress of always being on with all the answers started affecting his health, and eventually his team noticed the change in his leadership style. John's creativity, decision-making, speed, and emotional resilience took a big hit. And as his performance suffered, so did the performance of his company. The lack of clear leadership caused his team to hesitate, projects slowed down, and morale dropped. This is what happens when mental exhaustion isn't addressed. It spreads like wildfire. Can you perhaps relate somehow to these two examples? Of course you can. Here's the reality. CEOs like Sarah, John, and you are not alone. Many of you might be feeling the same pressures, but don't have a safe place to unload, to talk through your challenges, to simply vent. Mental exhaustion often hides in the shadows, lurking behind that need to always be in control and to handle everything on your own. Yet, as you surely know by now, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to do this alone. Having a confidential space to voice your frustration and clear the mental clutter is not a sign of weakness. It's a strategy for sustainability. A conversation with someone who understands the mental load you're carrying can be the first step forward to reclaiming your clarity and your energy. Let me be that release valve for you. Together, we can peel back the layers of mental exhaustion, break free from the cycle of constant stress, and rediscover the leader you truly are. Reach out and let's have that conversation that could change everything. Remember, it's not about how much you can carry, it's about how effectively you can lead. Let's unlock that potential together. Until next time, take care of your mind as well as you take care of your business. Reach out today and let's start this journey. This is Francois, the CEO's secret weapon. I am in your corner. Make it a great day.